official report submitted to the Galactic High Command by Scout Vessel 3i-ATLAS. To High Command, from Field Recon Officer Glarnick of Scout Division 7. Subject: Evaluation of Planet Earth. Sector plural, Zeta Beta, green, sub-spiral, Sol system, for invasion potential. Esteemed commanders, let me begin this report by stating, with maximum clarity and minimal screaming, under no circumstances should we invade Earth. I understand that our vessel, the 3i-class Stealth Scout Atlas, was dispatched with the expectation of evaluating human civilization, assessing their defensive capabilities, and paving the way for a seamless, dignified planetary conquest. I would like to announce that the word seamless no longer has meaning to me, and that I now flinch whenever someone so much as mentions Planet 4. After only 12 cycles in orbit, observing the species known as Homo sapiens, my crew and I have concluded that Earth is a Category 9000 death world, inhabited by the most cheerful, unpredictable, enthusiastically self-destructive organisms ever catalogued. Please accept the following findings as both data and a desperate cry for quadrant-wide quarantine. We initiated low-orbit surveillance disguised as a weather satellite. This was a standard operation until we picked up transmissions from something called local news, containing reports of a creature labelled Florida Man. At first we believed this was a unique apex predator. Then we discovered it was a category of human. There are about 12 million of them. Commander, let me put this gently. No species that actively televises its own ecosystem of semi-domesticated chaos gremlins is safe to invade. We have Florida men doing everything from hanging from streetlights so they may empty their bowels on passing vehicles, to engaging in romantic entanglements with small furry creatures covered in spines. The locals call it a hedgehog, and the situation got so out of hand that they seem to have made possession of such animals illegal in Florida. I have included an index covering many documented cases of Florida Man, and we stopped after the file grew to account for almost a third of our ship's total digital storage. While reviewing additional human media, we intercepted a broadcast from a network called the Travel Channel, documenting people promoting individuals flying to a location with enormous water-filled tubes, into which humans willingly fling themselves so they may be accelerated to lethal velocities before being thrown out of the machine. The locals call this a water park and seem to use these death traps as entertainment. The footage shows humans, including juveniles, launching their fragile organic bodies down steep hydro tunnels, screaming. Upon reaching the end, they crash spectacularly into a pool, emerge making noises and sometimes having lost the minimal protective garments they wear, but then immediately climb back up to do this death dive again. I cannot stress this enough. They voluntarily enter machines designed to simulate drowning as recreation. Our species has war simulation chambers using live fire exercises that are safer than these things. This is why I informed my crew that under no circumstances were we going down there without further orders. Unfortunately, some of my crew, drunk on possible glory, disobeyed my orders, resulting in the following situations and loss of personnel. Our engineering officer, Gel, intercepted a schematic of the human electrical grid. At first he thought it was a joke. Then he thought it was sabotage. Finally, he concluded humans were using military assets for civilian entertainment. A few examples: unspeakably efficient microwave-range energy beams used for heating pastries, portable computing devices capable of breaking weave-secured encryption used to argue about wizards. We are still unsure what a wizard is, but they somehow seem to warp reality with their minds through a science called wizardry, which may or may not include shaking sticks in the air. It appears to be a reality warping ability based on delusion and will. More on this later. Planet-wide electricity grid capable of supporting stellar-level weaponry, used to run spinning light displays and audio systems at carnivals. At this point, we assumed carnivals were some form of psychological war machine. We now think they are not. They might be selective breeding zones, as humans, alcohol, and deep-fried carbohydrates are often found centralized at these locations, often to allow humans to watch their fellow humans perform deadly stunts, or to be the ones doing said stupid activity. We now think this is one of many rituals they perform to ensure only the strongest survive to procreate. Gell examined the grid and concluded that with 3 minor modifications, humans could power weapons capable of extracting the core from their local star, but they seem to have made greater than 98% energy efficiency illegal. We have also observed a thing called bumper cars, which by all outside study appears to be a place where they practice vehicular manslaughter and/or warfare upon each other in a safe environment, so the young can practice before they are advanced enough in years to perform this professionally as adults through something called road rage. Upon that revelation, Gell has not stopped twitching since, and is currently under restraint, sedatives, and, when he stops saying the answer is 42 over and over, counselling. We also saw at this carnival what we believe to be an execution ritual. A crowd of humans gathered while one man volunteered, I say again volunteered, to be strapped spread eagle to a wooden wheel which was then spun. Another human, wielding a collection of sharpened metal blades, threw the knives at high velocity while the crowd watched and applauded. We thought this was a demonstration of dominance. We thought this was a cultural death match. Now we wonder if this is another selective breeding ritual. Please note all knives thrown missed the target. I say again, one man threw knives at a helpless man being spun in front of him, and every time he barely missed, the crowd applauded. If these people have, as I fear, weaponized luck, how can we even fight that? Our weapons would malfunction at critical times. Our shields flicker just as they strike. No amount of planning can counter a race kept alive by a genetic predisposition to be so lucky we can't hit them. And who can hit us with what they classify as a lucky strike? A term used to identify hitting a target when it should not have been possible. I might add that the ship's onboard AI asked for reassignment to a mobile food dispenser after becoming aware of this phenomenon. We learned that some humans practice an aggressive behavioral pattern known as welcoming strangers for no logical reason. Groups of humans will throw raging fits if crazy, criminal, hostile, sexually deviant, and/or otherwise threatening groups are not brought among them. Often these groups are enticed into their territory with bribes, such as easy living, free money, free food, free citizenship, etc., to encourage, persuade, or outright lure these clearly hostile groups into living in their area. We believed this to be a strategic trap, and we must be wary of any friendly overture the humans offer us. The standing theory is this is done to bring biomass into their area so they can later mulch the invited party to fertilize nutrient-deficient farmland, while also taking technology, ideas, and any other material or immaterial assets from the people lured in before they are butchered. It is vital we do not let these people have access to our technology through this trap, or by any other means. If they can use this approach to trick people into such a clear danger, I fear for the rest of the galaxy should they use it to invite themselves among us as helpful friends who just wish to serve. Based on their past, it is also possible this is for ritual sacrifice. They speak of their ancestors cutting the still-beating hearts out of living people who gave themselves, willingly in some cases, to be offered to the god of the sun. A god appears to be an imaginary friend who empowers them to do things. If this works as it appears, it means they can will things into existence with their minds, and may or may not have control over this ability. See previously referenced wizards. The last sound theory is that they are such obsessively social animals that they cannot stand the idea that someone might not have a neighbour and will risk death, or worse, to have one. I submit that if this is the case, their predisposition to breed for luck and warp reality with their imagination bodes poorly for any invading race regardless of technological level, for they will tolerate hostiles of their own species to avoid loneliness, while exterminating other races such as ants by the quadrillion per day. Ants appear to be a small insectoid race that creates thriving colonies and can only survive proximity to Homo sapiens by excessive reproduction. And even this is not enough to stop a few humans, when as neighbours do not get along, from purging all ants from their territory. Regardless of which of these theories is true, the outcome terrified us, and it caused the ship's built-in sentient weapon systems to file for reassignment and installation on a meter-maid's autonomous transport in the Claros system, which I note has not had meters, maids, or vehicles of any sort for over 344 Zur. As part of the field test protocol, Hairu, against my orders, freed 600 genetically engineered warbeasts from dimensional storage onto the planet so he could observe the humans' reaction. The beasts released stood several clips taller than the local humans' head height, had the usual molecular razor claws, 8 legs, 4 tails with barbed tips, multi-spectrum sight, explosive oral secretions, organic armor hide with fluffy fireproof fur, and enhanced regenerative ability. Within 24 hours, the humans had already trained one to make controlled fire, with its explosive secretions to help cook a food called pepperoni pizza, which the warbeast also seems to enjoy eating. Further observation shows they fully integrated the warbeasts into their society with head pats and belly rubs, while saying, "Who's a good boy? You're a good boy," over and over. Some have been seen mentally altered with a substance called catnip, and in several cases we have seen them given soft beds to lay in while they tolerate young humans, called children, grooming them so their fur is extra fluffy. In fact, an entire new line of hygiene products came into existence within 48 hours, along with a list of combustible toys, specialized toothpaste, fireproof bedding, and nutritional supplements called snacks. We gave up after we saw a human create a system of pulleys in their yard that would drag a furry animal-shaped object around at high speed. The warbeasts chased it with clear enjoyment, and I recommend we add this to our own enrichment protocols to ensure our warbeasts stay under control. Currently, we have seen a full 1% of their internet traffic shift to videos of our warbeasts doing tricks. Enclosed is the video we captured called "My Space Tiger Learns to Boop." In short, the warbeast gently pressed its nose to a child's hand while making a rumbling noise, did head bobs alongside the child, and got its ears scratched at the end while it lay down, and yawned. The human who uploaded this earned 48 million likes, a unit of human approval that appears to function as their primary form of currency. On a further note, our senior bio specialist has resigned. As I write this, they are rocking back and forth in their room and making beep beep noises. On day 5, we detected a small ship leaving Earth orbit. We assumed it was human military. It was not. It was a private vessel repaired by a single human named Gary, who apparently found it buried on his farm in a place called an orchard. Our scans confirmed it is ancient Argoroth technology, likely a scout ship that crashed millennia ago, killing all hands on impact. This human was broadcasting on a stream, describing how he repaired the FTL core's magnetic field with duct tape, a form of adhesive, a wrench, little more than a metal club, plastic tubing, and something called WD-40, which seems to be 1 part water, 1 part fish oil. He then used this ancient, broken-down ship to travel around the solar system, commenting on how he probably should have added more bubblegum and shoestrings for more stable performance. I remind you again of this species' apparent ability to make things happen by praying to imaginary friends and to survive by their genetic luck factor. Records show it is normal to train for 4 years to repair and operate this kind of vessel. Gary fixed it in his backyard over 3 days, while Warbeast wandered his land. Final note, when he returned to Earth, the government confiscated his ship and told him to stop showing off before someone got hurt and to never talk about the event ever again. The humans then started developing theories about a grand conspiracy by evil lizard people who secretly run the planet trying to hide what happened. This brings me to the part of my report that terrifies me. We have attempted to understand the human government structure. We have failed. It appears to be run by individuals so baffling that even other humans are confused by their behavior. Several humans express frustration at a system called taxation, which appears to be a pyramid scheme style compulsory donation ritual conducted by the ruling caste. We believe these government officials may be the most dangerous criminals humans have to offer, using sheer will, spite and self-loathing to somehow elevate themselves into leadership roles, presumably as a form of self-destruction or suicide. All show delusions of grandeur, graft, corruption, genocidal practices, personality disorders, and both ritualistic and sexual practices that would make a Bwetisols recoil in nausea. Let me repeat, the most immoral, nasty, banned from civilization race we have ever encountered would be disgusted by these world leaders. Worse still is that if these evil lizard people are real, it means they somehow saw us coming, put together a fake government to hide themselves from us, and offered up their worst individuals as a sacrifice so they could make a proper counterattack, while we are still unable to find them or any sign of them on the planet outside of conspiracy theories. At this point, morale aboard the 3i-ATLAS collapsed. Our crew became convinced that if humans can survive being governed by either possibility, then they can survive anything. After I finally reclaimed all but 1 crew member, pre-formed a thorough review, follow-up analysis, and 1 regrettable attempt to visit a Walmart, we have reached our conclusion. Invasion of Earth is not feasible. Not because humans are advanced, not because they are powerful, but because they are weird, stupid, insane, and show a tendency to project what they are onto others. I ask you to think on their ability to warp reality with their delusions. What would happen if they projected that onto us? They are chaos gremlins fueled by sugar, caffeine, anxiety, fear, rage, hope, curiosity, and the unchecked belief that anything is possible if you strap enough duct tape to it. We are returning home at maximum velocity. Do not send anyone to try to recover Ensign Pulver. He is currently serving drinks at a place called Coney Island. When the locals realized we had come to reclaim him, they said, and I quote, "You are not taking our bartender. He knows great jokes and drinks we never heard of," and proceeded to chase us back to our ship with our own war beasts, who, for some reason, showed enough restraint not to kill anyone. You will note in the video we recorded, he was accompanied by 2 female humans, staying in constant close proximity to him and touching him as he worked. We are still unsure what a bartender is, but we assume this is a demonstration of dominance and suggest their methods of domestication work on races of higher intelligence such as our own. I refer again to their tendency to project what they are onto others and reality warping abilities. This planet doesn't make any sense. Please, for the love of the Empire, quarantine this quadrant of space and hope they are content to jump out of perfectly good aircraft for recreation. If you are going to approach Earth, please give me a like, a subscribe, and a comment. If you're going to start messing around with them, I may as well have some of their currency on hand. Respectfully and fearfully submitted, Officer Glarnick, Scout Division 7.